Hello everyone, welcome to the first lecture of online classes for the preparation of CSIR NET and GATE physics. This is Ankita Rajput and I'm going to teach you solid state physics. So this is our very first lecture. So first thing I will recommend you these two books. So these are the books which I will recommend you for the preparation of these exams. So Puri and Babbar is the best book if you want to start with the basic of solid state physics. Okay, so language is very good and you should follow this book. Okay, and later you can start with Introduction to Solid State Physics by Charles Kittel. Okay, these two books are the best book for solid state physics and you can easily get these books on our website. Okay, so just you can check on our website and you can download these two books. Okay, so this is the syllabus of solid state physics for both the examination, CSI and NET examination and GATE examination, and we will try to cover almost every each and every topic of these syllabus. But one thing guys, as this is a 2-month course, so we cannot cover each and every topic. Okay, but we will cover almost all the topics. We can not give you the basic or the details, theoretical details of the topics, but we will definitely give you the concept, tricks, formulas and everything which is essential for the preparation of these exams, so that you can easily solve the questions in these examination. So in this lecture, in today's lecture, we are going to start from basic because it's a first lecture. So it's very helpful for you to understand the whole solid state physics, all the phenomena of solid state physics. So first thing we will discuss about the types of solid, then lattice and space lattices. Then we will discuss about the basis and motif. Then we will discuss about the next thing. We will discuss about the unit cell, and we will discuss about the unit cell, and finally we will discuss about the Bravais lattices. So these are the topics we will discuss about in detail about these topics. Okay, so solid state physics is basically a branch of physics in which we basically study the physical properties of solids, and more precisely we study the properties of crystals. Okay, because most of the solids are crystal in nature, and we will also discuss the the behavior of electrons inside the crystal or inside the solid. So this is the solid state physics. Now the most important things is, as we are talking about the solids, okay, so we need to understand the solid, its type and everything about solid. So basically in nature we have two different types of solids. Okay, and first category is crystalline solids. Okay, so this is the image for crystalline solids, and in this type of solids there is a regular and repeated arrangement of atoms. Like you can see in this image, we have a repeated pattern of the atoms arrangement. Okay, suppose you pick any one of atom, so you can see the surrounding of this atom is similar to the surrounding of any other atom, so that you can say the whole arrangement of the atoms is in a regular manner. So these are the crystalline solids, and salt, sugar, diamond and quartz are the examples of crystalline solids. Okay, so the second category of solids is amorphous solids. Okay, and this is opposite of crystalline solids. So there is no regular and repeated arrangement of atoms. The atoms are randomly oriented. Okay, so you can see if you pick any one of atom, so the complete surrounding of this atom is quite different to the surrounding of like any other atom. So this is the amorphous solids, and glass and plastics are basically amorphous solids. So this is how you can differentiate between the crystalline solids and amorphous solids. And we will also take the actual images. Like you can see, this is your quartz and this is crystalline in nature. So you can see we have the symmetric rings arranged in a regular manner. So this is your crystalline solid, and this is glass which is amorphous in nature, and there are rings but they are not regularly arranged. Okay, they are randomly oriented, and their size is also different. So this is amorphous solids. Okay, so we can summarize like this: regular arrangements of atoms is present inside the crystalline solids, while irregular arrangements of atoms is present in amorphous solids. And crystalline solids possess a definite shape, okay, because they are arranged in a regular repeated pattern, so that's why they possess a definite shape, while amorphous solids, they don't have any definite shape. And for crystalline solids we have a fixed sharp melting point, while for amorphous solids there is no fixed melting point, or they can melt over a range of temperature, means at different temperature, for a different range of temperature they can melt. So this is the difference between the crystalline solids and amorphous solids. One sec, guys. Okay, so we just further elaborate the difference between these crystalline and amorphous solids. So the points are same, how we can differentiate between the crystalline and amorphous solids. Okay, so as we have already discussed that crystalline solids have ordered arrangement of their constituent atoms or particles, and in comparison amorphous solids have no such arrangements, right? And that's why the crystalline solids have a fixed geometrical shape, and amorphous solids, they don't have a fixed shape. Okay, crystalline solids have a sharp melting point, and amorphous solid, they don't have a sharp melting point. Okay, so these are the few difference between the crystalline and amorphous solids. So now we will discuss how we can further divide the crystals in different categories. Okay, so as we have discussed so many times that our crystals are basically having a regular arrangement and of atoms up to a long range. Okay, so in nature basically most of the solids are crystals, because crystal is a low energy state. If we have like we have something in state, and there is some ordered arrangement, so that means the energy should be minimum. If the arrangement of atoms is in disorder fashion, so the energy will be high. So the solids which are crystal in nature, they will have a low energy state. Okay, so crystals are basically of two types: single crystals and polycrystalline solids. So single crystals are basically the crystal in which the periodic arrangement of atoms extend throughout the whole material, right? And in polycrystalline solids, this arrangement lasts only for a few distance, we can say. Yeah, great. So in this image, you can see throughout the whole material, throughout the whole crystal, you have a definite arrangement. Okay, so these kinds of crystals are known as single crystal. While in polycrystalline solids, what happens, we have a small portion only in which we have regular arrangement of atoms, like you can see this. Okay, you can see this portion. In this portion there is a definite arrangement of atoms. In this portion only you can say there is some different arrangement of atoms as we compared with this portion, but throughout this whole portion we have a definite arrangement. Okay, so in polycrystalline solids, or we can say in polycrystallines, there is some grains. Grain is basically these different portion in which we have a regular arrangement of atoms. These different portions are known as grains. Okay, and these grains are randomly oriented, because in these grains there is no compatibility, they are different. So these grains are oriented and separated by these fixed boundaries. Okay, and these boundaries are known as grain boundaries. Okay, so we have few metals which are polycrystalline in nature, and some ceramics which are polycrystalline. Okay, so now we'll go to our next slide. So in crystal, if we want to describe your atoms and molecules arrangement inside the crystal, so for convenience, because we have crystals in 3 dimension, right? So for 3D, to visualize the whole structure of your crystal, we have to just choose an arbitrary arrangement of points. Okay, so now the most important and the basic term of solid state physics come, that is solid. Okay, that is lattice. Okay, so lattice is basically a set of imaginary points, okay, in space, and which are periodically arranged, and on these imaginary points only our actual crystal is based. Okay, so like we have a crystal, and it's very complicated. So to visualize and to draw the crystal structure, we just figured out that how we can make this process easy. So for that we choose a pattern, okay, and this is known as lattice, and lattice is nothing but, you can see like this, these are the hypothetical imaginary points in space, and these points are regularly arranged. Okay, so this is a two-dimensional lattice, and in this similar way we can have three-dimensional lattice also. So lattice is also known as space lattice or point lattice, guys. Okay, and as we have already discussed, that lattice is a hypothetical periodic arrangement of points in space, and basically on this lattice only our actual crystal is based, so it will behave as a blueprint for your crystal, right? And but we have only fixed lattices present inside the in your nature, and these lattices, these fixed lattices are known as Bravais lattice, and we will discuss in detail about the Bravais lattice. So I'm clear till now. You have any question for lattice? Whatever I discussed. You,
Yes, ma'am, it's clear.
okay, great. Guys, one thing I want to tell you, that please keep your pen and copy with you. Okay, note down few things which I am speaking. Okay, so we will definitely give you after 1 hour the video and the PPT also. So but you should also write few things. Okay, and one thing, it's obvious question, you are definitely like trying for the CSIR net exam or GATE exam, so you definitely want to crack the exam this time only, right? No second thought. Okay, so just be serious, very serious, ask anything if you have any query. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we have to crack this exam. Okay, and you have this opportunity nowadays, like you can access your phone and you can watch any video on YouTube, and on Zoom you can take online classes. So this is a big opportunity. Okay, while sitting your home on your bed, you can just read anything. Okay, you can take online classes, so it's a very good thing. Just use this, and okay. Okay guys, so next move on the next slide. Okay, so after lattices, we will discuss about the bases. Okay, so we just told you that lattice is the hypothetical arrangements of atoms, or we can say points inside the space. So for the construction of bases, for the construction of your solid or crystal, we need bases also. Okay, so bases is nothing, it's basically atoms, group of atoms, molecules or ions. When these atoms, or we can say molecule, these associated with your lattice, they can give you the complete crystal. Means this is your two-dimensional lattice, right guys, and this is your basis, means more precisely your atom. Okay, and this atom, when we pick this atom and we put this atom on all these points. Okay, so what we will get such kind of structure, and this structure is nothing but your crystal. Okay, so if you combine lattice and basis, you will get your final crystal. Okay, so this is the basis.
Ma'am, 1 second.
Yeah, sure.
Ma'am, can you tell me what is basis, ma'am?
Basis, like if we talk about NaCl crystal. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Chloride is a crystal. So in sodium chloride, there is a particular pattern of arrangements of sodium atom and chloride atom. Okay,
Yes,
basically ions. Okay, these ions are situated in a particular pattern. Okay, in a cube. So for first we know that our atoms are what we have, sodium, what we have, chlorine.
Chlorine.
So these atoms are basically this basis. Like I will tell you, if suppose you have a crystal in which a single atom is present. Okay, anything you can say, like copper. Okay, copper is also, so in this crystal, copper is also arranged in a regular manner. So for this crystal, for this particular system in which we have only single atom present, so this atom will be known as your basis. Okay,
Yes,
and
ma'am.
if we are talking about NaCl, so Na, sodium and chloride, they are combined, they form, sorry, they form a molecule. Okay, so this
Yes, ma'am.
molecule in NaCl crystal is behave as a basis. Okay,
Okay, ma'am.
okay, so in next slide you can see this thing. Okay, so we can see this is your basis. Now suppose we have this crystal, we are talking about the crystal, and suppose this is your NaCl crystal. So this is suppose your Na and this is suppose your Cl. Okay, so these are arranged in this fashion. So this, pick this molecule NaCl, so this combined NaCl molecule is your basis in this particular crystal. Okay guys,
Yes, ma'am.
yeah. So in 3D we took this image. This is your cube. Okay, and these points, these all the points on this cube is basically your hypothetical points, and this is basically your lattice. Okay, this is your lattice because we just draw the image of this cube using these different points. Okay, so this is your lattice, three-dimensional lattice, and this is your atom, so this is your basis. Okay, we combine these, means we just place this atom on these edges. Okay, so finally we will get this structure, and what is this? This is your crystal. Okay, getting my point?
Yes, ma'am.
Don't be slow, yeah. Actually, everyone should speak. Yeah. So what you have learned till now, you have learned about solids. Okay, types of solids you have learned. Two types of solids we have: crystalline solids and amorphous solids. Okay, and we have already discussed about the lattice. Lattice is already known as also known as space lattice or point lattice, and it's a hypothetical periodic arrangement of points in a space. Okay, and basis is nothing, atom, group of atoms, or we can say molecules or ions also. Okay, and we have already seen this thing. That means basis plus lattice is your crystal. Okay. Okay, so now we will discuss this important term, unit cell. You have definitely heard about the unit cell. So unit cell is nothing but a smallest unit of a crystal. And this smallest unit, when we repeat this unit throughout the whole crystal, we will get the whole crystal. Okay, so you can see this structure. So suppose this whole is your crystal. Okay, this is your crystal, and you pick a smallest portion of this crystal. On repetition of this unit, we can get the whole crystal. Okay, so if you pick this, you can just took out this like this, and you can fill the whole space of the crystal by using this particular structure, right guys? So this structure is known as unit cell, means a smallest unit of a crystal. By continuously repetition of this unit in 3 dimension, you can get your complete crystal. Okay, we are talking about here 3 dimension. Okay, so this will be your unit cell. Okay, okay, so I will also tell you this thing, symmetry operation. In crystal, we should have few conditions. If some solid fulfill these conditions, only that we can say it's a crystal. Okay, so to we set few symmetry operation. Okay, like some criteria, so that we can say some solid is a crystal. Okay, so in crystallography, symmetry is used to characterize crystals. Okay, and we have so many different kind of symmetric operations. Okay, and we have we can say we have some translational, rotational, inversion. Okay, and we have some 4 categories of these symmetry operation, and I'm not giving you the detail of this symmetry operation because it's good, it's best for the basic knowledge of crystals, but it's not suitable for CSI and NET examination because this is somehow we can say this is a short course. Okay, but I have given you this content, and I will also provide you the more content if you require. So just I am giving you some idea about the symmetry operations. So it's basically the conditions, or basically we can say the criteria on which the crystal is based. Means if a crystal is fulfilling all these symmetry operation, only this, then we can say it's a crystal. Okay guys, so these are the symmetry operations. For symmetry operation: translation, rotational, reflection, and inversion. And this inversion symmetry operation is valid only for 3-dimension crystal. Okay, so now we will move further. We will further divide the unit cell on the basis of atoms and molecular arrangement. So we have discussed about the unit cell. Okay, so we have two types of unit cell. First, primitive unit cell. So this is your primitive unit cell. Means in primitive unit cell, the atoms are only situated at the corners of this cube, right? Atoms are only situated at the corners of unit cell, and this is known as primitive unit cell. Okay guys, and this is also known as simple cubic, right? The second category in unit cell is non-primitive unit cell. And non-primitive unit cell, in this types of unit cell, we have some atoms, like we have atoms at the corners, right? But in this we have some atoms, we can say at the body position, body center of your unit cell, like this. Okay, and we can have some structures in which we have atoms situated at the top of at the surfaces of your cube. Okay, like we can say we have 6 surfaces in this cube. So on each surface, on each face, at the center we will have some atoms also. So this is your face centered cubic structure, and when the atom is also situated at the body center, it is known as body centered cubic structure. And we can have some structures in which the atoms is only situated at the first and we can say at the parallel faces of your structure, or we can say at the end faces of your structure. So this is the end centered. Okay, so in non-primitive cell you will have the atoms at other positions also. Okay, so these are the 3 we can say 3 options in non-primitive cells. So in this way you can divide your unit cell in these 2 different parts. Okay guys, so in next slide, this is important slide. So we can divide the unit cell by using 2 different opinion. First, we divide in just last slide our unit cell on the basis of atom arrangement, and we have seen we have in total 4. Okay, if you divide the unit cell on the basis of atom or molecular arrangement, you have 4 different types of unit cells: simple cubic, BCC, FCC, and EC. Okay, now we will divide our unit cell on the basis of cell parameter. So what are the cell parameters? Guys, this is your cube. Okay, this is your unit cell basically. So we have 6 parameters for unit cell: A, B, C. These are the axial length. Okay, length parameter, and these are alpha, beta, and gamma. These are the angles, corresponding angles. So these are known as axial angles. So these are the cell parameter, unit cell parameter. One more thing, if you are just pick one notation. I mean, if you are just choosing this is as x-axis, this is as z-axis, and this is as your y-axis. So just for convenience, choose a single pattern. Okay, whatever we can take, any axis on any side we can take, but always follow a same pattern. Okay, so these are your 6 parameter: A, B, C, axial length, alpha, beta, gamma, axial angles. Okay, so on the basis of these 6 parameters we can further divide our unit cells. Okay, so we have 7 types of cells on the basis of these parameters. Okay, and for all the possible combination of these 6 parameters we get 7 different structure of cells. In next slide we will learn how we can get this. Okay, guys. So this is your 1 minute. Okay. So what we have told you that on the basis of parameters, you have 7 types of crystal systems. So you can take different combination of these A, B, C and alpha, beta and gamma. So your A, B, C, like follow this condition, A equals to B equals to C. This is possible, and alpha, beta, gamma are all equal and equal to 90 degree. So this kind of structure which follow these rules is known as cubic structure. Okay, this is your cubic structure. And if your A equals to B equals to not is not equals to C, and your alpha, beta, gamma are equal to 90 degree. So for this particular pattern, the structure is known as tetragonal structure, right? If A is not equals to B is not equals to C, and alpha equals to beta equals to gamma equals to 90 degree. So this kind of structure is known as orthorhombic structure, right? And if A, B, C are not equal and alpha, beta are equal to 90 degree, and while gamma is not equals to 90 degree, this is your monoclinic crystal structure. And in triclinic crystal structure, your A, B, C are not equal at all, and your alpha, beta, gamma are not equal and not equal to 90 degree. Okay, so this is your triclinic. In hexagonal, your A is equals to B but is not equals to C. Yeah, and alpha, beta are 90 degree, and while gamma is 120 degree. In rhombohedral or trigonal, we can say A, B, C are equal, alpha, beta, gamma are equal but not equal to 90 degree. So you have seen that on the basis of cell parameters, you have 7 types of crystal system, right? So we have already learned about the types of unit cells on the basis of atom arrangements, right? And what we have seen that on the basis of, please listen this line very carefully, because only then you can understand how we get the Bravais lattice and what are the Bravais lattices. Okay. So on the basis of atom arrangement, we have 4 types of unit cells. Okay, simple cubic, BCC, FCC and EC. So you can say like this, for cubic also we should have 4 types of unit cells if we divide it on the basis of atom arrangement. Okay, for tetragonal also we should have 4, and for each these categories we should have 4 different types of unit cells on the basis of atom arrangement, right? But we have written only these numbers here, means not 4, it's 3, not 4, it's 2, and so on. So what is the criteria? Actually, we should have 4 unit cells here, okay? But experimentally we have seen that this is not the case, okay? Because for a crystal to become an actual crystal, it should also follow the symmetry operation. I already told you, translation, rotational, reversion, and reflection and inversion. Okay, so only then if some unit cell, if some crystal structure follows these whole the operations, only then it will be a crystal. So all these 4 types of unit cells does not follow this operation. Okay, and experimentally for cubic crystal structure we can get only these 3 unit cells, only simple cubic, BCC and FCC, not at end centered. Okay, so for cubic we have these 3 unit cells, for tetragonals we have these 2 unit cells, for orthorhombic we have 4. Okay, for monoclinic we have these 2s, for triclinic we have only 1 simple cubic, for hexagonal only 1 also, for trigonal also 1. So if you combine all these numbers, you will get only 14 crystal structures. Okay, and these structures are known as Bravais lattices. Means on these structures, on these 14 crystal structures, only your actual crystal is based. Okay, there will be no crystal structure, there will be no crystal beyond these crystal structures. So these this number 14 and these crystal structures are known as 14 Bravais lattices. Okay, guys.
Yes, ma'am.
It's clear now?
Hello.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello. Yes. Yes. Hasmukh.
Ma'am, I am trying to At introduction, but I am
Uh,
not
s-
audible.
what do you just said? Repeat, please.
Hello.
Yes, Smoke. Yes.
Ma'am, continue, ma'am. I am not audible properly.
Okay. Okay, so these are the structures of these different 14 Brebes lattices. You can see simple cubic, face-centered and body-centered cubic. These are the unit cells in cubic category. Okay, and for tetragonal, you have these two simple body-centered, and this is your hexagonal crystal structures. In orthorhombic category, you have all these four, means simple cubic, body-centered, end-centered, and face-centered. Okay, and in rhombohedral you have this. In monoclinic you have these two, and in triclinic you have one. Okay, so these are your 14 Brebes lattices. Okay, yeah, so here you can read this thing in more detail. I am giving you here the more details. You can how you can actually like describe these Brebes lattices. Okay, so just this is just more content. Okay, so you can just read. All the information is same as I have already told you guys. Okay, and okay, just read these slides because this is same. Okay, but what we did, we just enlarge the images and the portion for your convenience only.
Ma'am, can you explain any one of the
Yes.
systems, ma'am? How alpha is not equal to 90 degree, then beta gamma is equal to 90 degree. Can you
Yeah,
give
yeah,
me an example, ma'am? So
yeah.
how can I identify the centered cubic, face centered cubic? Still, I don't have any idea, ma'am.
Justin, please repeat your question. What you want to know actually?
Ma'am, actually I want, so here the A is not equal to B, not equal to C, and
Right.
here the beta equal to gamma equal to 90 degree, then alpha is not equal to 90 degree. It's a monoclinic system, ma'am.
Right.
Then how can I identify the primitive and base center monocells? Can you explain this system, ma'am?
I think you are telling like this, for monoclinic crystal structure, these are the conditions which are required.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Means your all the sides should not equal. Okay, and your angle, two angles beta and gamma, we can say these are equal to 90 degree, and your alpha may be less than or greater than 90 degree. Okay, so you can see this image.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you can see this image. Okay, you can describe like as we have already said that this x-axis, the x-axis should be your alpha. Oh, sorry, A. So suppose this is your A. Okay, and we can say this is your B. Okay,
Okay,
and
ma'am.
we can say the third side is your C. So you can clearly see that all these sides are not equal. Okay, all these sides are not equal, and the angle you can see this. Okay, this angle should be 90 degree. Okay, and we can we can say actually it's a 3D image. Okay, I'm giving you the image, the one image which the initial images. I think in these images you can find more. You were talking about monoclinic right now.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry. Okay, so monoclinic, we have these two structures. You can see accurately. Okay, so you can see all these three sides are not equal. Okay, this, and your this. Okay, these are non-equal sides. So A is not equals to B equals to not C. Okay, but in we have two angles. Okay, two angles, they should be equal. Okay, like this, we can say this angle, and let me take this image also. Okay, monoclinic, you can say these angles, this angle, we can say this angle is 90 degree and this angle is also 90 degree, but the third angle we can say this one alpha is not equals to 90 degree. Okay, so these are the conditions, and we have only two monoclinic Brebes lattices. Simple cubic means only the atoms should be present at the corners, and second category in which there should have atoms at the end structure also. Okay. If we apply some symmetry operation, okay, we can say some symmetry operation like translation symmetry operation, inversion symmetry operations, and other two like reflection and the last fourth symmetry operation. These are the structures, they only fulfill and they only follow the symmetry operation, four symmetry operation. If you took the all other categories, like if you try in monoclinic system to create body center or face center cubic structure, these two structures will not follow and will not fulfill these symmetry operation. That's why we have only these two crystal structures inside the monoclinic crystal system. Okay, Justin? Hello?
Okay, ma'am, clear, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay, thanks. Okay. So now, yeah, let me just go to the next slides. So I'm starting with the basic in this first lecture. Okay, so now this is your cubic lattices. Okay, we have divided the crystal structures in 14 different type of crystal structures, 14 various lattices. And on the basis of cell parameters, we have 7 types of crystal structures. And cubic, there was a cubic crystal structures. So most of the solids actually, most of the crystal actually are in nature cubic, okay, simple cubic. So that's why more precisely we will discuss about the cubic crystal lattices. Okay, so now we will discuss few important things. As I have already discussed, that cubic lattices are getting the more attention by all the scientists, because they have these are the structures which possesses by almost all the solids. Okay, and we can say in cubic we have 3: simple cubic, body centered cubic, and face centered cubic. These 3 structures, and that's why we discuss more about these types of crystal lattices. Okay, so this is your, we can say, this is your crystal structure. Okay, and we can divide, like if you have a crystal structure, simple cubic crystal structures, and in simple cubic crystal structures you have the atom situated at the corner only. Okay, in simple cubic you have atom situated at the corner only. But in this way, okay, you can say if you are talking about this whole cube, this whole unit cell, at corner, at one corner only 1/4 of a atom is present, right? Means if you combine, if you want to calculate the total number, the effective number of lattice points inside the crystal, you have to take this equation. Okay, means if at the in simple cubic at the corner this 1/4 portion of a atom is present, so in this way you can say that as a whole the contribution of a lattice point at the corner is basically 1/8, because this atom will be shared by the top unit cell. If we have a unit cell situated at the top surface of this unit cell, this atom will be present at the corner of our unit cell, right? This will also be shared by the unit cell present at this side, okay, the bottom side. So we can say this atom will be part of 8 different unit cells. So in this unit cell, its contribution is 1/8. So this is the equation. By using this equation, you can calculate the effective number of atoms present in simple cubic, in body centered cubic, in face centered cubic also. Okay. So this is the equation: N equals to Ni plus Nf upon 2 plus Nc upon 2. Okay. So for if you are talking about the corner atoms only, so you can take this. Okay. So effective number of unit cell for a simple cubic will be 8/8. Okay. Means 1. And for face centered cubic, we have an atom at all the faces. Okay. Like on this face, on this face, on the bottom face, on this face, and on all the faces. Okay, so for face centered cubic, we will have like four atoms, effective number of atoms. Okay, and for body centered, you will have total number of effective atoms 2. Okay, so this is how you can. Okay, so now the one more important parameter of a unit cell, that is your radius and packing fraction. Okay, radius, so you all know what is a radius, and packing fraction is basically a term. It's basically the volume occupied by all the space inside the unit cell. What is a sphere? A sphere is basically the atoms. Okay, the atoms which are present in your unit cell are basically spherical in shape. So we are taking term as sphere. So the volume occupied by all the space inside a unit cell divided by total volume of your unit cell, the volume of this unit cell. So this will give you the packing fraction. Okay, if we multiply this term by 100, it will be packing efficiency. So we will calculate this packing fraction for all the crystal structures: simple cubic, body centered cubic, and face centered cubic. And also we will also find out the radius of these structures. Okay guys, so this is your simple cubic structures. This is your cube. Okay, and in simple cubic you will have atoms at the corner. Okay, so we highlighted these two yellow, and all the other, these are also the different atoms at the corner of this structure. Okay, so in simple cubic, this is your A. The edge of this cube is A, small a, and the radius of this sphere, these atoms are R. So you are good, I think you will be good in mathematics. Okay, so you can be like, these two atoms are touching each other. Okay, and from H to A, these are the corners of this unit cell. So from H to A, the distance will be A. Okay, because it's the cube edge. So this A is basically nothing is equal to 2R, because this is radius, this is radius. So your A will be 2R. Okay, so you can calculate the radius for simple cubic crystal structure. So your R will be A by 2 for simple cubic crystal structure, right? And the coordination number of each atom in simple cubic will be 6. Coordination number means it's a term. Like if we are talking about this atom, we can say this atom H. So coordination number is basically the total possible number of nearest neighbors for this particular atom. So if we are talking about this atom, it will have 6 atoms, 6 nearest atoms present for this. Okay, one this, one this, one will be on this side, one will be on this side, one will be on back side. Okay, so it will be having like 6 nearest neighbors. So for this, coordination number will be 6. Okay, so we have calculated the radius. Now we will calculate the packing fraction or packing efficiency. Okay, so for packing fraction, you have to just divide volume occupied by all the spheres with total volume of the unit cell. Okay, so as we have already told you that the effective number of atoms present inside a simple cubic lattice is only 1. Okay, only 1 atom is present as a whole inside a simple cubic lattice. So for 1 atom, the volume of volume will be 4 by 3 pi r cube, right? And the volume of your whole unit cell will be a cube, because it's a cube and the volume of the cube is a cube. So just divide, this will give you the packing fraction. So 0.52, put the value of pi, okay, and your R is basically nothing, a by 2. Okay, so just put the values, you can get 0.52. If you want to calculate packing efficiency, it's nothing, just multiply this term by 100 and it will be 52%, that is packing efficiency. So you understand how we can calculate the radius and packing fraction, guys?
Yes, ma'am. Definitely.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah, sure. Okay, so now for body centered cubic structure, this is your BCC crystal structure, means the atoms are situated at the corner and also a atom is inside the crystal. Okay, so this is your BCC unit cell, BCC crystal structure. So for this, you can see, if you took this diagonal element, okay, for this diagonal, this is your corner atom, okay, and we will have at the center, body center, this is your cube, and this will also be a cube. So we can say in this BCC structure, these three atoms are touching each other, okay. So we can calculate the this radius. So from F to here, this is the back side of it, F to A, the distance will be 4r, because this is r and this is 2r and this is r, so it will be your 4r, okay. And you can also calculate this term, this diagonal, by using the cube. For cube, you can say the diagonal is you can calculate by using, first you can apply in this triangle the Pythagoras theorem, you can calculate this b. Then when you have this b, you can choose this diagonal, this triangle, and you can figure out this value of FA. So this is in terms of A, it will be A root 3. So this is how you can calculate the radius inside the body centered cubic structure, and this R is basically A root 3 by 4. These are the simple formulas, but these are very important, especially for both examination. But in GATE mostly you can have short types of questions based on these parameters, okay. And packing fraction, you can also calculate volume of the atom or the sphere inside this unit cell. So effective number of atoms present inside the BCC structures are 2 only. So 2 multiply the volume of single sphere. So this is the volume, and this is divided by the volume of whole cube, that is A cube again. So you can calculate again, and it's 0.68, and packing efficiency will be in this way 68%. So in a similar way, you can calculate radius for your FCC structure. So in FCC, you have atoms at corner, and you have also atoms at the faces of the at the center of these faces. Here, here, here also, and here also we will have atoms. But for the calculation, we are presenting only these 3 atoms, okay. So again, you can find out the value of this AC in terms of A. In terms of R, this is also 4R, right? And in terms of A, you can use the Pythagoras theorem for this triangle. You can find out this will be A root 2. So radius for face center cubic structure is A root 2 by 4. Yeah. And packing efficiency, you can calculate effective number of atoms present inside the FCC crystal structures are 4. So you can calculate the packing fraction, and it will be 0.74, and you can calculate the packing efficiency, and this is 74%. Okay guys. So today class I only want to start from basics. So I try to cover all the basics parameters of the crystals and the unit cell. What we have learned today, we have learned about the solids, types of solids, okay, and then types of crystals also. Then we have learned about the lattices, how we can visualize our lattice crystal structure. So for this we need lattice, basis. When we combine our lattice and basis, we can get a complete crystal. And for the visualization of crystal, we need unit cell also. So we discussed about the unit cell, okay. And then we characterize the unit cell on the basis of cell parameter, on the basis of atomic arrangement, okay. And in this way we get 14 different types of unit cells, and these unit cells are known as Bravais lattices. Then we have seen these 4 types of crystal structures: simple cubic, body center, 3 actually, simple cubic, BCC and FCC. And for these crystal structures, we are we have calculated the radius and packing fraction of these 3 types of crystal structures. Okay. Everything is clear, guys?
Ma'am, I
Yes,
have
yes,
ma'am, I have a doubt, ma'am.
Yeah, sure.
Ma'am, in face center cubic, so I need to know the coordination number of each atom is 12, ma'am. So how can I get this 12, ma'am?
Okay. Yeah, we are talking about the nearest neighbor. Okay, so for face centered cubic, like you are picking you are taking this atom. Suppose this is your A atom. Okay, so the nearest neighbor we have to I will also give you a 3D structure as a whole, because in this you cannot C. Okay, so there will be a atom at this corner B, right?
Yes.
There will be a atom at this position H also, and because this is a face center, so we will have an atom here also in the top surface of this. Okay,
Okay, ma'am.
यहाँ पे भी we will have also, and because it's a whole, it's a crystal, right? And this is only a unit cell, so there will be a unit cell on the top of this unit cell, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Right, okay, and at the on the back side of this unit cell also. Okay, and here we will have a unit cell, here we will have a unit cell, here we will have a unit cell, and on the back side we will have a unit cell. Okay, so we have to choose the nearest neighbors, the nearest possible atoms for this atom in all these unit cells possible. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, so in this way you can calculate face centered cubic के लिए it's quite problematic to visualize, but I am giving you I will give you the structure. Okay, 3-dimensional structure, so you can easily visualize. Okay,
Okay, ma'am.
yeah, क्योंकि इसमें it's quite problematic. Okay, so for face centered you have 12. So in next slide, guys, in next lecture actually I will take on next Saturday, and we will try to cover the direction. Next is basically the directions in crystals, crystal planes. Okay, we will discuss about the interplanar spacing, then we will move further, like we will talk about some reciprocal lattices. Okay, and for these three types of crystal structures, we will figure out how we can find out the reciprocal lattices. Okay, interplanar spacing, and then we will move for we can say Bragg's law and X-ray diffraction. Okay, so in next lecture we will take this thing. So please ask some questions, and if you need
Hello, ma'am.
yes.
Ma'am, we learn about a 14 crystal system, right? Or 14 previous lattice.
Right.
What about HCP and diamond structure, hexagonal closed pack and diamond structure?
Diamond structure, these are the structures. Means in this category also, diamond is your pure crystal. Okay, and we will discuss, we will also discuss about HCP and these crystal structures, and we will discuss about the possible parameters like packing fraction. We can also calculate about these crystal structures, but HCP and these diamond structures are not the basic version of your solids or crystal.
Okay.
We will learn few things about these crystal structures also, but today I'm trying to include all the topics which are the, we can say, are the basic of the of your crystal, and on which the whole the solid is based. Okay, so in 2-3 slides I will also in next slide I will discuss about few things about we can say diamond, and more importantly I will discuss about the hexagonal crystal structures. Okay, and some parameter.
Okay. Ma'am, one more question.
Yeah, please.
What is parallel pipe?
Sorry?
What is parallel pipe? Because I study about the primitive lattice cell. It formed
Parallel
by
what?
parallelopipe.
Achha, parallelepiped. Okay, parallelepiped.
Yes, I have something like that.
Yeah, it's nothing. Yeah, it's actually, we can say like one thing. Yeah, like we can say Hasmukh.
Yes, ma'am.
Your question. Okay, so parallelepiped is nothing. It's basically in 3 dimension. We can say a cube is also a parallelepiped. Okay, but the condition is for a parallelepiped to be a cube, all the sides should be equal. Okay, so these are the basically these structures are basically parallelepiped. Okay, if ABC is equal, this will be a complete cube. Okay, and if the sides are not equal, we can say it's a cuboid and it's a parallelepiped. Okay, so it's the same term. Okay,
Okay, okay.
In mathematics, mostly you are familiar with this term parallelepiped. Okay, so this is nothing. This is the same. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah. So you can show me your faces. I mean, it's good to okay, to communicate, because I should actually we have this time we have no not much strength, but I will try, and we will try, and we will make sure we will give you the best content available, the best knowledge we can give you. We will try to solve all your queries. If it's not possible in this session, like in the lectures, so you can just ping us, okay, and collect your queries and just give us, okay, so that we can resolve your queries. Just read in 1 hour. We will upload the PPT, the recorded lecture, and okay, so just today itself, it's a Sunday, okay, so you can read all these things by yourself. Okay, if you have any query, you can get back to us. Okay, guys. And
Okay, ma'am.
first thing, just download the books which I recommended. Okay, and once you start preparing this PPT, okay, read all these things. Just keep your book ready with you. Okay, so that you can also read some basic things related to these topics from book also. Okay, because in this 2 months course now we cannot cover in detail, okay, about each and everything, because it's a only 2-month course. Okay, and but in January we will cover all the topics in details, all the theoretical basic section. We need at least 5 months, okay, so that only we can cover almost all the topic from basic, from scratch. Okay, but here in this course, I will assure you, we will give you all the list of topics, all the important points, all the formulas, all the how you can approach the questions, so that you can answer all the questions, maximum questions from the examination. Okay, but you have to learn. Okay, you have to be continuous. Okay, and you should have motivated all the time. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. We can ask question anytime in WhatsApp group.
In WhatsApp group, yeah, you can ask, but it's better. Yeah, you can ask, no issue, and you can also collect your questions and put.
If we have it.
Yeah, we will try.
Okay, sure, ma'am.
Answers. Okay, but sometimes maybe if we cannot give instantly your answer, but we will, whenever we will time, we will definitely give you the answer. Okay, so no problem. You can post your queries there. Yeah.
Sure, ma'am.
Pearl, Aarti, Sarika, Hasmukh is speaking. Justin. You can also ask your queries. Yeah, it's a very first lecture. You can ask questions, general queries, okay, related to the video lecture.
Ma'am, I have a general doubt, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, if I'm download from website, ma'am, for my reference.
Please speak a little loudly. I cannot hear you. Please.
Ma'am, I download the book from the website, ma'am.
Yeah.
But it not get. Sometimes it getting me error, ma'am.
Which book you are talking?
Like mathematical and also solid state also, ma'am.
Kittel or H.K. Das? Yeah. Okay. So if you are facing any problem, we will mail you, and we will individually we will share with you the Google Drive link. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
You can download from there, and I will also tell you one thing, guys. Weekly we will have a quiz. Okay. Based on each paper, like for my paper, solid state physics, we will organize a quiz each, we can say each weekend, and also after the completion of 1/3 portion or 1/4 portion of your paper, we will give you assignments also. okay, so that you can practice. And today I will not cover any problem because these are the basic general things today. So from next lecture we will include problems, and I will also give you, and all the instructors will also give you the problems, okay, for your practice point of view. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, and please be very serious for your examination. Okay, you have so much opportunities nowadays that you can, as I have already told Yuki, that you can access all the stuff. Everything is available on internet, and you have everything. Okay, so just use this time. Okay, and I think you all are from the states where there will be a problematic condition of corona or anything, so you are not getting going anywhere nowadays. Okay, so you have so much time. Okay, so read yourself. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, sure. Anyone, any other question?
Ma'am,
Yeah, please.
is it okay if I acquire a book, combined book like Aryan Prakashan or something else?
Yeah.
Okay, reference. I don't have a any reference book.
For
So I
whole the net exam
yes, ma'am.
and publication, you can follow any book if you want. Okay, no issue, it depends on you. Okay, but we will like we will try to give you the content, the problems, the quizzes, the books. Okay, the soft copy of books. And if you want any other book, any other problems book or anything, you can follow, no issue at all.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
It's good actually. And so your next class will be on Tuesday, and Tuesday you will have a mathematical physics class by Mr. Milind Patwardhan, and he will you have schedule of classes.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
Okay, you can also, you all have na?
Yes, ma'am. We received an email, ma'am.
Okay, you are Justin or who is speaking?
I'm Justin, ma'am.
Justin, your voice is little low. Hasmukh, Justin. Pearl, you are not speaking anything. You there?
Yes, I am here, ma'am.
Yeah, you can ask anytime. And okay. And
Miss, can you please provide yesterday's class video?
yeah, will definitely. Yeah, we will give you.
Thank you.
Okay, so you can on our website now, on this page, you can also check the schedule of classes. Okay, and like solid state physics, it's today's lecture. Okay, so you can just click on this link, and you can okay, you can just join the meeting by using this link. Okay, and you will have okay, like this. Okay, so in this way you have all the schedule of these different lectures. Okay, so on Tuesday and on Friday you will have mathematical classes, and on Saturday you will have solid state physics. I will take the class, and Miss Monica also, she will teach you thermodynamics and statistical physics. Okay, guys. Yeah. So
Yes.
you want to, if you want to ask anything, you can ask, and I will give you. Just wait a minute, sir. Will also discuss with you the few important things. Okay. So thank you, guys. Okay. I will share with you the PPT and the video shortly. Yeah.
Okay, ma'am.
Just read. Okay. In next lecture, I will. I can give you a surprise quiz also. Okay. So you
Okay, no problem.
Okay.
80% marks. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, ma'am.
In next lecture. Okay. Just wait a minute. I will give you few information.
Okay, hello everyone.
Hello, sir.
Okay, can you see me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so can everyone please switch on their video if no not a problem. it will be good to see all, because it's always good, to see everyone on the class and to interact with everyone. Okay, guys. So, how was the class? Did you like it?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, it was good. Any issue? Any doubt? Madam,
No.
madam.
If we have, then I will ask further.
Yeah, sure. And guys, see, the mode of communication we have kept in English because we have people from, every place from the India, like South, North, every place. So, but it's not a problem. You can ask in Hindi also. There is no problem. Okay. So feel comfortable, feel free, to ask in any mode. The only, the only thing that you should be clear with the things. It's not like, because of some hesitation, you're not asking the question or something like that. Just ask questions, shoot your questions, and get it clear. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. And anything else, guys? So madam has shown you what is the how the class is going to be. So today it was supposed to be 2 days. I mean, today's it was supposed to be the evening also, but because today is the first day, so we are keeping it only in the morning. But from the next time, most probably it will be evening classes also. So the classes will be mostly on weekends, and weekdays class will be less, so that all people who are even who are doing something part time or something, even who are studying can attend these classes. Okay. And yeah, these classes basically talk mostly about the advanced level of NET exam. Okay, so because we are closing, the exams are very close. I think it is in November and December, and we are in September month. So we have only 2.5 months to prepare in a very good way. Yeah. So I would request you guys to prepare yourself the basic things and ask the more appropriate things in the lectures, so that you can target exam. Getting me what I'm trying to say here? That if you ask only basic things, then the time will go in basic things. So I would suggest you to learn from yourself the basic things and ask the if you have any query, you can ask. It's not a problem. But I would suggest you to go and learn the advanced things also, so that it will be good. Right?
Okay.
Yeah. Guys, you talk very less, is it? Or is it the first day? That's why.
Yes, sir. It is first day.
Yeah. No
सीख
problem.
जाएंगे सर, थोड़ा सा सीख जाएंगे.
सीख
बाद में.
जाएंगे. Yeah.
Yes,
सीख
sir.
जाएंगे. Yeah. Pearl, you there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Don't worry. You can also ask the question. There's not a problem at all. Okay. And yeah, there are also few more students from from Kerala who are not attending these classes, but who have attended the workshops, and also who are students who are have taken the courses from the website. So it's not like that. You can also ask the questions. Feel free to do that, because we all are here to learn the things, and exam is very close. It is in November and December month. So just focus on the exam, right?
Right.
Okay. So we can close the session here, and see you in the Tuesday lecture. Okay. And one more thing, guys, please join the class before time. Okay. Because if you join late, you will lose. Today was the first class, so we waited for the students. But we request you to join the classes on time, so that we can start on time. Right?
Right, sir.
Yeah, see you on Tuesday. And also one more thing, guys, the remaining payment. So you all have paid the 500 rupees advance payment. The remaining payment in this week, in the coming week, you have to do. So if you can do around 2,500 in this week, and remaining payment to the next week.
Okay. No problem.
Yeah, one more thing, guys. so we are having many instructors, and you will come across different kind of subjects and all those things. So if you have any problem, okay, I'm not a instructor here, but I handle all the things. So you can message me if you have any doubt, any problem with any teacher. If some teacher is not teaching properly, so we'll make sure that everyone is teaching in a better way. But if still you have some doubt, or some things you want to make clear, you can always call me, always message me. So my number you can note. You can WhatsApp me always. You can note my number, 90, or maybe I'll ping in the chat channel. Give me a second. (9028250061). Okay, so you can always message me on this number. This is WhatsApp number, and if you have any problem, let me ping to everyone. I think I have only ping to Hasmukh. Got everyone my number?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So feel free. Also, one more thing, guys. We have many courses available. So have you got chance to go through these?
Maybe. We can see your website.
Yeah.
After we decide.
Okay. Justin, did you get chance to? So basically, if you have not yet, enrolled in the courses, do enroll. Okay. These all courses, like this course is of 149 rupees, but it's free for you. Okay. If you have not enrolled yet in this course, do let me know. I'll make you enroll in free, because the students who are attending these classes, online live classes, these courses available on the website are free for them. They can avail it.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
Do let me know if you have not enrolled in any of the course, or you are facing any problem in enrolling in any course. I can get it. I can get it done.
Okay, sir.
Okay. We have few more students who have not joined this class because they were having some some their stuff. So they will be joining from the next classes. So yeah. Okay. Be in touch. Be focused on learnings, and feel free to ask questions. Thank you. Thanks everyone. Bye bye.
Sure. Thank you, sir.